hitter, average dude Slo-Pitch. Today, I know a little late after release, but we're finally getting a chance to bring out the Combat Cookies and Cream. This is the end load model, Bradley Jones signature. We're not going to be swinging the balance this time around with the Cookies and Cream. We've just gotten super busy with kind of the season kicking off, things like that. But again, Combat hasn't tried to hide the fact these are all same barrel, same tech, things like that. Obviously just different paint jobs, so more limited releases, so you can kind of choose the paint job that you want. They did go ahead and release a little bit more of these, I think 1,000 on this compared to 500 on previous models, which is pretty nice. But if you're not aware as with kind of how all that stuff works, even when you have the same barrel, tech, things like that, paint can make a difference. So it's interesting to see just kind of, yes, it's still a matte paint job, but it's got a little bit of a texture to it with the Cookies and Cream. So we'll see kind of how this one performs. Throw on the tester, come back with some 52s, Pro M's, as normal, no more than about 100 swings. But really, if it starts feeling game ready right away, we're not going to take nearly as many, because that's the whole idea, is let you know when's the bat game ready, how does it perform, and then we'll come back with final compression, final thoughts. All right, let's see where Bradley Jones is, Cookies and Cream Combat, test out real quick before I put swings on it. Again, same tech, same barrel, all that kind of stuff as the previous models. Combat's just gone ahead and done smaller batches with a bunch of different paint jobs so people can kind of go out and buy which one's their favorite. But here we're looking pretty much the same as what we've seen before, 260. We do know that every now and then paint can change that, but they've still gone with mostly a matte paint job here. So unless they go glossy, we shouldn't see major changes. But let's get some 52s on here, Pro M's, come back with final thoughts, let you know how this thing performed compared to the previous models.
85 miles per hour. 94 miles per hour.
Yeah, so far with the ASAs on the Combat, it's kind of what we've come to kind of expect. I think we talked about in the previous ones, but you definitely get a softer feel of them, which makes sense, they're 52s, but outside the sweet spot area, it gets pretty soft. But as long as you're anywhere near the sweet spot, it stiffens up, good feel, good feedback, all that kind of stuff. So just kind of keep that in mind. Perfectly good option for ASA balls. But if you were going to go, if you had to swing a U-trip bat for ASA only, this would be one that maybe wouldn't be the top option, but by no means is it a bad option.
90 miles per hour.
Come on in.
95 miles per hour.
Yeah, I think from the feel that was slightly low of the sweet spot, and then you got kind of that softer feel. So that's where you lose kind of that feedback, let you know exactly where you caught it.
88 miles per hour. 88 miles per hour. 101 miles per hour.
But then there's your sweet spot with it. So as we saw there from guys' swings, again, performs just fine with the 52s. Let's hop over the Pro M's, what you kind of care about there. We'll let some guys talk about what they thought about it, and then we'll hop over final compression, final thoughts.
102 miles per hour.
Oh boy.
102 miles per hour. 94 miles per hour. 92 miles per hour.
Holy moly, over the tree on that one. Honestly, I didn't feel like the greatest swing, but these Combats just feel really good. I mean, I know they're all the same tech, but they've all had a little bit of a different feel. And so far, this one almost has a little more of a nice crack sound. And again, it could be the paint, the way they do the, I don't know exactly how they do the paint, but with a little bit of a texture on this Cookies and Cream. So far between the Pro M, or the 52s and the Pro M's, you can see just a slight difference in that sense from kind of the previous models.
90 miles per hour. 103 miles per hour.
Yeah, really good feedback too. I mean, we've talked about it. The Combats remind me a lot of the World Series and World Series and Military Edition Bedlams at the end of 24, but with a stiffer barrel and really just stiffer all around, which I think for the Pro M's really makes it jump off and give you that feedback you want, and then a really good sound.
86 miles per hour. 99 miles per hour.
That was definitely the barrel right there.
91 miles per hour. 103 miles per hour.
Yeah, and super easy to control. I think previous models, I think we swung a 27. This one is a 26. You can still feel that load on there. which is obviously nice, helps the bat through the zone. But with these combats, stick with whatever way you normally swing, and I think you'll be happy with it. But as always, here at the going forward, we'll scale these things for you guys, just for the people who ask for that and care. But good weighting on the combats for sure.
85 miles per hour. 104 miles per hour.
Holy moly, that's the one right there. Yeah, we'll throw like 2 more swings on this. This is, like we talked about, we only want to get swings until it felt game ready. And to be honest, it's felt pretty much game ready from the start. But we at least need enough swings to show you kind of the performance, consistency, all that kind of stuff.
80 miles per hour. 101 miles per hour.
With all sorts of top spin.
92 miles per hour.
Bathroom! We're definitely ending there, but talk about way too much of a launch angle. Did not matter, but yeah, we'll let the guys talk about what they thought about this one, especially see what Keith thought about it. But it's another great one from Combat. I mean, again, we've already said it, all same tech, things like that. This one had a little bit of a crisper feel for me, so I think it could easily be the paint on it, but either way, good option. All right, now that we're swings complete, back at the house here with the Combat Bradley Jones, let's see where it finishes final compression. We end up getting about 75 Pro M swings on this one, probably about 20 to 30 52. So pushing right on that 100 swing mark, just like normal. And we're looking a little over 250. It's been about 8 hours since we got home. The bat tester, all that fun stuff's been in the house. So nice temperature control like we talked about. Definitely let your bats kind of sit after swinging them if you're going to go test them. So obviously don't swing them right before a tournament you're going to test at. But either way, nice to see. Plenty of wiggle room there to get more swings on it. And like I said, to me, this one felt just a little bit better than the previous models. I'll have to go back and watch some of the previous videos to really kind of compare. And that's going to wrap it up for the Combat Bradley Jones. Again, cookies and cream, 12.75 loaded model. We were swinging a 26 ounce today. And again, we talked about it before. With these, Combat's not doing anything different with the tech on each of the drops. It's really just dropping them in different batches so that you have options for the paint jobs, things like that. But we've also discussed that based on the way they paint it, wrap it, textured barrels, all that kind of stuff, it does make a difference when it comes to things like compression, performance, sound, and whatnot. So still want to get a review out on this one for you guys, just to kind of give you our opinion on this one. So if you are out in the market and you want one of these Combats, you can decide, do I want to go back and look for maybe one of the previous 2 releases? Do I want to look for this cookies and cream? Or do I just kind of want to hold off and wait? Maybe go a different route, whatever it is. And so with this one, as you saw there, we let it sit now for about 8 hours since we went out and hit. That's why we're here in the garage. We want to give a chance to let these bats kind of cool down. We were out there hitting for a while with all the bats we brought out. But with that, absolutely zero compression issues. I think it was still nearly 260, which is awesome to see, even around 75 swings, with most of those being Pro Ms. And for me personally, this one felt the best to me as far as it had a slightly different sound, which I really liked the sound off of it. Nice crisp on that one. And then it did feel to be, in my mind, it felt a little bit like a stiffer, crisper barrel. Again, they didn't change the tech on it, but it does have this little bit of a textured barrel on it with this paint design. So I think that could be part of what's causing that. So if you're somebody who maybe swung one of the previous models and in your opinion, maybe it was too soft, didn't like the sound, something like that, this would be worth taking a look at. Obviously, if you liked any of the previous models, you already have them. No need in my mind to necessarily upgrade here. I went back and looked. There wasn't a significant difference in like the actual exit velo that we saw, carry, things like that. But if you did miss any of the previous 2 drops and you're kind of wondering, is this one worth going out and getting, or should I try to find one of the previous ones? I would grab one of these while there's still some in stock. I think last I looked, they still have 26 and 28s in the end load, and then 25 and 26 in the balance. We do have a few extra 26s and 27s, so as those start to sell out, reach out if you need help grabbing them. We do that obviously so that if you check out this video and you want them and they're gone, you're not just hosed and paying kind of those real crazy prices as people start to jack the prices up. And so again, with that, another kind of great model. Bradley Jones is going to have a whole bunch of options to choose from here. I don't know how many more different paint schemes they have coming out this year, but I think there's at least 2 more. So obviously Bradley's going to have a bunch of choices there. But the 12.75 barrel on this to me feels nearly perfect. 12.5 has always been kind of my personal preference and favorite, but I mean, the 0.25 inches does not make a big difference. And then at the swing mark we're at now, Other than some ball marks, even in this kind of textured barrel, I don't see any signs of webbing or anything like that. So there's definitely some room that you could break this in a little bit further if you wanted to. But I'll tell you right now, this thing's 100% game ready. If I was gonna game it, I would bring it out right now and be perfectly comfortable with it. I wouldn't throw any more swings on it, and then it's gonna last you for a long time at that point as well. So with that being said, like I said, the only place to really get this one is over on Combat's website. If they're sold out, you're seeing this video, reach out. We may have some left. I think at this time I have like 11 more of these 227s and a handful of 26s. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it kind of helped you decide, do I want to grab a Combat, maybe go a different route? Do I want to find one of the older models, whatever it is? But another great product from Combat. We appreciate you supporting the channel. Thanks for checking out the video. Have a great day.